Can we talk about being the only single friend in the friend group? Let's talk about it. I don't have a lot of friends, but all 10 of them have significant others. Like my best guy friend just got a girlfriend, and now I can't even text him miss you because that's sus. And then my friends' boyfriends don't want me going out with them because I'm single, so I'm gonna be on single time, and they think I'm a bad influence for their girlfriend. I'm excluded from double dates. I don't have anyone to split rent with. They're just so far removed from dating that I can't even ask them for dating advice. And because they're all in secure relationships, it makes my life feel more chaotic. If any single girls watching this want to be friends, girl, let's do it. I need a single friend to go out with.
As a 29-year-old woman turning 30, it's a really weird place to be in because I thought as millennials we had this pact that we were going to get married later on in life and focus on our careers first, but my lovely friends have been able to simultaneously find their careers while finding their life partners. And I'm so happy for them, but it also makes me feel like I'm lifing wrong. And don't get me wrong, I love my career. I'm so happy to have built the business that I've been able to build. But when everybody around you is settled down, it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong or there's something wrong with you. And I also get in my head a lot because I am in a wheelchair, which, poses its own challenges when it comes to dating. But I've just taken some time to think that, this cannot be a singular experience. There has to be other people who are the single friend of the group. And to you, I say, how are you doing? Because this is a very lonely experience, but how are you doing?
Things that annoy the me being the only single friend in a friend group. I could come up with so many examples. And here's the thing, your friends don't mean any malice by doing it. But deep down, you're like, okay, I realize I'm the one single person in this group. This is super annoying. When you're out, hanging out, having a great time, everyone's just chilling, you're having a good time, and somebody has the audacity out of nowhere to go, we should see if there's any single people here for you. Okay, we were just all having a great moment, and now we're talking about my dating life. This happened recently. We were all just chilling at a bar, all just hanging out. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of my really good friends was like, oh my God, we should see if there's any cute guys here. That's not how my brain operates. I mean, maybe internally I'm always looking, but you don't have to call it out in front of everybody. Not only that, but it makes me feel like I am just some project that people always have in the back of their head. Oh, by the way, we got to find somebody for you. Babes, I'll let you know when I'm looking. I'll let you know when I'm on the prowl. But right now we're just having a...
Welcome back to the channel. You see the information on the screen, so you already know I'm all about marriage. I'm not about singleness. I'm not about anything like that. And I'm about getting you married. What's really interesting is this, in this particular video set, which I actually found with Life with Bri. But they said so many good things, I didn't even honestly move to what Bri had to say about it. I'm just going to leave it with that. Maybe I'll do another video with what, Bri has to say. But the thing that I wanted to talk about here is perspective. I want to start there because I don't think that, a lot of these women understand their perspective. See, the answer is right in front of them, but their perspective of it is, I don't want to say it's wrong because it's their own personal perspective and they have the right to believe however they want. But there's malice coming in because their perspective is different than their friends. For instance, the lady that, talked about how all of her friends, are found, did their career and they found their man at the same time, which is what I've always encouraged women to do. And it's interesting because I always do run into those women every once in a while that will literally tell me that they were encouraged, to get their career first and then find a man. And what we find in our society is it doesn't work that well in reverse. It works that well for men, but not necessarily for women. But one of the things about that is, you see the perspective. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. You see the perspective, and it was almost like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and you guys aren't. But again, it's why should they give up the opportunity to find really great people, just because you haven't? And then when you have the very first lady, I mean, the malice that this woman had, in the fact that all of her friends, were out there and they found significant others and different things like that. And now they don't want to hang out with her anymore because she is the single person. And see, it's really interesting because I've been talking about this a little bit more over the last couple of videos. And even we did a Zoom live recently and I was talking about it there. See, single people keep you single because they give you single ideas. And the reason why these women are all frustrated is because they're still walking in their own single energy, and they wanted these other people around them to stay in that single energy with them. But notice how as each one of their friends, ended up in a relationship that may be, because I don't know if they're married or they're leaning towards marriage or they have fiancés, but these women quickly did not want to do single things anymore. And see, that's the key element. They don't want to do single things anymore. And that's why I'm always telling people, get around people that want to be married, or they're trying to be married, or they are married, because they don't have single energy anymore. They don't talk like singles. They don't want to be in the areas and energy of singles. What they want to do is they want to basically be in environments with married people. And even with one of the ladies, she even ended up in a situation where every single time she was out there, her friends in relationships were trying to get her into a relationship. Because see, that's how that works. See, people in a relationship really don't want to hang out with somebody that's not in a relationship. They want to get you in a relationship too. See, married women will get a woman married, because the married woman is like, first of all, I don't want you single hanging around my man. And so if you're not open to finding a man, okay, you can't hang with me. But if you are open to finding a man, then I'm willing to help you find a man, and I will teach you what you need in order to find that man. That's why it's always interesting to me, and this is just an aside, I guess a promo for this particular channel, is that why in the world are you listening to people that they always talk about dating? Dating is different than getting married. My whole thing on this channel is getting married. I don't care how well you date. Dating well will not get you married. It'll just give you really great dates. But there's a different mindset when it comes to getting married. And that is the mindset that you have to have in order to get married. You have to see the men and or the women, for the men out there, you have to see those people that are marriage quality. It's kind of like, one of my favorite newer songs, and I know, some of the, black people that follow me might not know, but Taylor Swift, right? So Taylor Swift, if you follow, her career, she has a song, basically says, I knew you were trouble, right? And in the song, she basically says, I see a guy and everything about him tells me this is going to be a problem. But I am attracted to him and I want to experience something with him. And what she's really talking about, again, is this bad boy mindset of saying, oh, I see this guy, he's sexy to me. I want to basically experience him. I want to go out with him. I want to do this. And then we see Taylor's life, and at least up until Travis Kelce, that has kind of been her dating life. She's kind of gone after the hot guy. She's experienced something with him. She breaks up, and then she moves on, and she writes another album. But the thing about it is, if Taylor knows the bad guy, then even out of, the process of elimination, she's also going to know the good guy. And see, women that get married, they see the attractive good guys. Okay, because not, that's what, I'm just being real, ladies. How do you think a woman runs into a man and then you're looking at, you're one of your friends or whatever, and you look at like, wow, this guy, he's attractive, he got money, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's nice to her. Where'd she find him? And it's because this woman understood how to find a good man that was attractive. Okay. And see, there's plenty of good men that are attractive around, but they walk and move differently than bad boys, quote unquote, or F boys that are attractive and then will not marry you. But see, when you're dealing with, like I say, singleness, it's all about your perspective. And that's why I'm trying to get you all to see through these videos. If all of these women had more of a mindset of, I'm going to lean into this energy that my friends have, and I'm going to allow that energy to get on me. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to let it get on me. these women would be married, because they're in the exact type of environment that I'm always encouraging all the women that watch me to get into. Get around married people. Hang around with married people. But they're basically saying that all of their friends are married, or at least are in really strong, good relationships. That is the environment that gets you married. Because even with the men that these women are, that their friends are in relationship with, those men have friends. And those friends of those men more than likely are going to be marriage/relationship minded. Because again, on the male side, it works exactly the same. So if all the men, are hanging out and they're all married or in relationship, they're going to want, their boys, their single, guy friends, all to do the same thing, right? It makes sense. So a lot of these women might find their future husband among the friends, of their friends, person. And so they're in the prime environment, but they don't have the right mindset. You see how that works? And see, this is how, again, we play this game in the gender war, because all of these women, like I say, they're literally right where they need to be. They're at the place that I'm always encouraging, but they don't see it. They just don't see it. They see this as a curse. They see this as a problem, but it's actually the solution. But it's all about perspective. This is why I always say most people could get married like this, but we have this mindset, that is eluding us. That something's wrong, that we're supposed to go down this one pattern, like the one lady said, well, I'm supposed to do my career first. Why do you have to do your career first? Well, that's what I've been taught. Okay, but if you have the opportunity to scoop up a man on the way to, having this great career, why don't you do it? Why don't you have both in hand instead of just one thing in hand? And see, that's what her friends figured out. Her friends figured out that, wow, I can have both. So even though I was told to get the career first, I can have both. And since I can have both, why not have both? And see, this is where I talk about wisdom and discernment and discipline and understanding and being around the right people, because all of these things matter in your life. See, this is one of those types of videos that, I'll be honest, I don't even know if a lot of people on this channel will watch it. But it's always interesting to me, because these are the types of videos that are really transformational. They're life-changing. Okay, because if you get that revelation, and that's what I'm trying to get you to have right now, that revelation, ladies, that when you're around people that speak into your life in a way in which you want that life. So they're speaking life into your life. They're saying, oh, girl, let's get you somebody. There's a lot of, cute men out here. Oh, girl, you're cute. I got a friend that, that might want to talk to you. Girl, let's do this. Girl, they're speaking life into you. They're trying to help you. But then these women are basically saying, well, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want no man right now. I just want to, be alone. And see, that's the issue. And then, and that's the whole point. You want to be around people that speak life into your life. And if you don't understand that a good relationship can be life, then that's something you have to look at within yourself. And that's another reason why, like I said, I've always loved TikTok, from the perspective of there's so many, women that are just willing to talk about their lives a little bit more. And through that, you get a little bit more, real reality, out here among, people. Because like I say, YouTube, most of the people out here, they're a little bit more on the instinct driven side, versus, many of the women out there on TikTok. So that's all I really wanted to talk about in this particular video. Now, I did want to say that we are going to have your first Wednesday and third Wednesday in December, we will be having, the Zoom Live. If you have not come out to check that out, it's a lot of fun. You probably, want to think about that. Also, as we go into 2025, that is going to move to Thursday instead of Wednesday. So I wanted to make sure that I made that and let you guys know about that. Also, if you are interested in dating, we're going to start to do some virtual speed dating. Okay, yes, I'm figuring out some stuff because, like I said, the stuff on the screen is real. It's 100% real. It's not me sitting here talking, every day. I really do want to get you all married. All right. And ladies, don't be concerned if in the beginning we got more, women than men, because you don't have to worry about it. There are men that want relationships. They want to get married. They want to, find. I'm like 50% of the people that watch me are men. OK, so there's a lot of men that watch. So these men, if they're watching me, over and over again, then they got to either be in a marriage, in a relationship, want a relationship. They got to do something, because otherwise they wouldn't be watching me. Because they're going to get bored over here, because I'm not going to beat up on women in every video. So, for that, like I said, there'll be a link down in the description. There'll be a link down there. And so what you can do is you just go fill that information out. You're going to have to send to me 3 pictures. And there's an email address that you can send that information to. And when that information comes in, I'm just going to look into it. And once I find at least 20 people or so, that is when I'm going to start putting together a speed dating for that area. So go ahead and start to do it. I'm going to start, like I say, advertising that more and more. And hopefully, we can get 4 or 5 of these up before Valentine's Day. And even some of you all will have even an opportunity before Christmas. But you kind of have to allow God to move in your life, make some changes. All right. And let's make this thing happen. So anyway, please like, please subscribe, and I'm going to see you all in the very next video.